Yeah.
Okay. Previously in the GodBreaking, our party of adventurers were sucked down to a small pocket realm in the abyss by their hated enemy, Clovis. And there they found themselves after defeating his basically his material form, down in the abyss, fighting him in his natural environment. A harsh and brutal battle ensued in which many individuals were pushed beyond their limits. But through determination and a little bit of teamwork, our adventurers managed to slay Clovis and in the process awaken Dagnir and Fuin, Feldorn's sentient legacy weapon, to level 2. Then they used a gate spell and returned to Mistrala, only to find that they had been absent for about 4 days' time. And at that point, when they arrived, Mistra, the goddess of magic, was nearing her death. The party quickly discovered how to converse with Mistra and began to look for a suitable candidate per Mistra's wishes. Someone needed to assume her portfolio, her domain of power, but no one that they sought for was strong enough. Eventually, several in our party traveled back to Ospium and convinced Princess Akelia Brightlord to return to Mistrala with them. And there they found that Akelia was perhaps the only mortal person proficient enough and powerful enough and creative enough to assume Mistra's role. And she hesitantly agreed. So, we are. Let's see. Everybody is at the top of the spire. Mistra and Akelia have just finished their ritual, and now the crystal at the top of the silver spire it glows, and it's still present up there, but it is no longer um, what do you call it? Absorbing a bunch of life energy from below. It is no longer amber in color. It is now crystal clear, like a diamond, just glowing in the light of day over there, and it is empty. You guys have just witnessed basically an after image of Mistra, the goddess, as a young female elf, walking off into the air, accompanied by a translucent golden owl. At this point, several of you begin to collapse from exhaustion and from your cumulative wounds. The the students and the teachers from the university here quickly come to your aid. Ava being one of them. Several of them catch you as you fall, and they say, and you hear Liam shouting off in the distance, saying, "Bring them to the chapel. They require attention." And you guys are all carried off and away. You find that your sleep and your rest is painful and fitful. Your basically the damage, the psychic damage that Clovis did to you was more than just ordinary damage. It was lingering. It was mind damage more than just physical damage. So over the course of the next 48 hours, you guys do manage to eventually take a long rest, basically get the effects of a long rest. So there you go. And your exhaustion levels do reduce by 1. But you find that the healing process is slow. And right now you guys are receiving the full medical attention of the best scholars and clerics, druids, and basically healing-oriented magics that Mistrala has to provide. Okay, you guys can go ahead and reset your max hit points up to where they're supposed to be. What you do find, though, is that the physical wounds that have now closed, like the terrible rending, shredding attacks that Clovis assailed you with, while they are healed, like they're no longer bleeding and festering, the the scars that formed seem not to go away from physical healing. It's almost as if your minds that were assaulted by such powerful psychic energy will not allow your bodies to release the scar and the effects of the wound. So they're healed up, but the scarring is pretty intense. So Elwyn, let's see, you had a scar. Where is your scar and what does it look like?
On my face, like starting up above my left eye and down to like my cheek.
Okay, that is now permanent.
Oh yeah, it is. If not, I would minor illusion that shit all the time.
Feldorn, your scarring was much worse. Basically, Kildrak, I mean not Kildrak, Clovis assaulted you and just like almost like it looks like a shark. You ever seen a healed up shark bite on somebody? Like pictures of what that looks like. It's like your torso is all mangled and chewed up and just ripped and shredded, but the skin has healed over it, but it's all deformed and pitted and that kind of stuff. So that's what your chest basically looks like. You're basically halfway up your chest and down across your right side.
Okay.
All right. So some more time goes by. You guys are all still very much under the attentions. Another 24 hours goes by, and you guys get the effects of another long rest. Euphemia, your internal damage, the wounds from your broken ribs and stuff begin to heal up. Let's see, some people's exhaustion is starting to go away.
I think I only had 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah, it's gone now.
I was by far the worst.
Okay. So now we're a full three days, 72 hours after the event. You guys are starting to be mobile. You're sitting up. You're talking. You're joking with the students and the acolytes and the attendants that are set to work with you. Do you guys want to do anything?
I was actually
I mean-
wondering, during the first 48 hours, would it be possible for Renly to help with the healing process, like maybe pitch in with the acolytes and all, and maybe try to help with the greater restoration and stuff to help the party out? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, you only had 1 level of exhaustion after the first
Yes.
48 hours.
I was considering for Feldorn, Albrecht, and Elwyn, like maybe to help them out.
You get up and you definitely make the process more efficient as you help some of the students. Being the instructor of druidic arts, you are able to point out a few things that they're doing to speed the process along. But like I said, this is not normal healing, so it'll
I
still be a
figured.
kind of a prolonged process. But you do help.
No
So,
worries.
so you make it go from 48 hours per long rest to 24 hours per long rest.
Yay!
Okay. Albrecht, what were you gonna do?
I thought I was going to do something, but then I realized it's probably best that we stay in Mistra until we got the exhaustion gone. So
Okay.
fine.
How is the city now, especially after the defenses wreaked havoc?
You can ask somebody.
Yes, I will check with Liam and then with everybody around, like just get people's different point of views.
Okay, you are in the chapel, in a far off dormitory area of the chapel that they have converted into basically an urgent care room for you guys. Throughout those days, that third day, you definitely have a moment where Liam comes in to check in on everybody, and he says, "Oh, Renly, it seems that
Liam.
your companions are beginning to take to the healing. This is a good thing. It means that we have staved off death, at least this time."
You have my gratitude for all the work y'all have been doing.
Thank
How
not
has
me.
it been outside?
He says, no, thank Lathander, not I.
I grasp his hand, well, fingers from my height, and I go, when I thank you, yes, I do thank Lathander too.
No.
I know you well, old friend.
Of course, of course. Now, what are you asking?
How goes it outside, considering
Oh, much of the
the
city
damage?
is in ruins. But, fortunately, we of the magic sort are capable of repairing damage more quickly than perhaps less inclined individuals. The death toll was significant, but not crippling to our city and our society. We've begun the work of attempting to raise some of the more prominent figures, but our resources in that regard are a little bit more limited. So not everyone will be brought back, but we're prioritizing as best as we can.
If there's anything I can do to help, just say the word.
Of course, we will need some time, I understand, to reset the city. But perhaps the most interesting development has been in the leadership of our society here. You see, we finally managed to bring a council in and cure Headmaster Aaron of his plight. And in talking with him and evaluating his decision-making process, the council has decided to remove him from his position as headmaster. We are currently seeking for a new headmaster here, and the nomination and the candidating process has begun. Being an instructor, you would certainly have a heard voice in this regard, if there's anyone that you seek to nominate.
Has anyone nominated Thea Cottinen? I mean, his tea is excellent.
Cottinen has served his years. He quite impolitely declined. There was some profanity involved, but
Ah. That would be Cottinen.
yes. So if you have any thoughts on the matter, we would definitely be listening ears.
Well taken into consideration, yes.
Very good. Okay. So another day goes by, and finally you guys are beginning to, all of you have finally, shrugged off the majority of effects from your battle with Clovis. Albric and Elwyn, you are down to your last level of exhaustion, but you're certainly able to get around. Feldorn, you are still at level 2. That sucker's not going to go away.
Yep.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Actually, at this point, after I get rid of the 2 levels of exhaustion I got from Dickhead, Feldorn gets up and finishes working on those spells he's been working on for the longest. It's like an aha moment as to what he needs to cast them, and then remembers, oh yeah, I asked somebody to make this gemmed skull for me.
Okay.
He would ask Owen about going back to Crazy Magic Item Lady to get it whenever we get a chance. And also letting Owen know that he's worked out a few kinks and perhaps the spells could be tweaked a little bit to work for a sorcerer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, whatever you need.
Okay.
If the voice in the heavens allows it.
Yeah, see why not. Alright, what does everyone else want to do?
If Albric is nearby, at the mention of Crazy Magic Item Lady, that's where he wants to go as well.
Okay, you guys want to go shopping?
Yeah.
Deimos is going to be, pretty much while they're all getting ready, just meditating and thinking about how he's been taking it too easy on people.
Oh,
And now he needs to be tougher.
And Feldorn kicks Deimos in the head and says, hey, can you make this scar go away? It's kind of nasty looking.
But look at the scar. Where's the scar?
It's all over your chest. It's
Dude,
like,
I'm like,
it looks like a shark bit him on his torso and just shredded his chest.
Damo says, "I will trade you that scar. I want that scar.
It's an
Cool ass scar.
improvement,
Why would you
especially
want to get
without
rid of
the
that scar?
hair.
Dude, you got that scar for fighting like some crazy ass badass dude. Why would you get rid of that? It's so fucking cool."
Yes.
Listen,
Dude,
listen,
as
Linda.
as Raymond's like passing by the door, I grab her and I show her this Feldor with his like chest out.
Feldorn says, "Listen, Linda, just make this thing go away. It's kind of nasty looking."
I tell him I can try, but to be honest, I don't know how this works. I will do my best though, as I will just ready up a big old slap him in the chest with a greater restoration and see what the fuck happens.
All right, like I said before, these scars are both scars of the body and scars of the mind. Clovis's attacks were psychic in nature, so it's like your mind, Feldorn, will not free your body up to heal the scar.
I like whisper to Feldorn, and I'm just like, "Give me the scar. It's so fucking cool."
I wish I could.
No.
So it's not going anywhere.
Okay.
Okay. As you guys are getting ready to try to leave, a couple individuals do come. Oh, go on.
I was gonna say Feldorn would invite the guard lady that we mistreated at the beginning, so she could go visit
Mistreal?
magic item lady.
Okay.
By chance, you guys want to go raid the library?
Dang, girl. Don't gotta raid stuff. You can ask politely for things.
Yeah, but the guy was an asshole.
I'll go with Euphemia to the library. When Deimos has to be the
Just take
charismatic
up
person.
good.
Okay. So first of all, you guys are having a conversation with Listrael. She comes in, visiting you guys as you guys are recovering late into your 5th day of recovery. And you're having this conversation with her, mentioning that you want to go back to Ospium. And she says to you guys, she says, "Oh, you intend to travel, do you? I might make a suggestion that perhaps you might wait in doing so. You see, the rules that the headmaster Aaron set up are still in effect, banning all travel back near and far without approval from himself, from the headmaster, or in this case, the council. And until we get a new headmaster, the politics of the situation are a bit, should I say, tenuous."
Is there something preventing us from travel, or is this a suggestion?
It's just a suggestion. It's the current law of the land.
Fuck him! Fuck him!
Nah, we gotta do that.
I can wait till the council decides, as long as there's a library here.
A new headmaster would certainly be rethinking the rules and the law that Headmaster Aaron set into place.
Technically, we did kick the headmaster's ass, so. I'm just
Whoa. How about we just like go visit this council and try to get like a sweet ass house in this place too, so we can have double mansions.
Do we know how long it'd take them to elect someone new?
Yes, I actually asked Lister, like, so what is going on with the council at the moment? Who's up for nomination at right now? Like, did you put forward anybody?
She nods kind of back and forth. She says, there's been some discussion, of course. She says, Talos, you want to run?
Yeah, he does.
The law is that it must be an existing faculty member, of course. That's just standard protocol. So there's been 3 nominees at the moment. There is Rumen, Instructor Rumen of the Illusion Department. There is Tycho from the Astrology Department. And when Lisa, the kindly gnome lady from alchemy. Those are the
Feldorn
ones that
says-
have been at least ventured forth.
Feldorn goes, "Wait, you haven't been nominated? Why the fuck haven't you been nominated?"
She
But
smiles.
she's weak!
She says, no, not I. I am lowest ranking of the Magni. No, if any Magnus would be nominated, it would be our headmaster, our head instructor. You know him, of course. But
I'm like, do I gotta go feeble mind some more people?
Hey, is by any chances Deimos around this conversation?
yeah,
All right, Deimos, while she's there, he's gonna so stealthily sneak up behind Feldorn and just like rip his like clothes around his chest open to expose that scar.
Feldorn
like-
turns invisible.
I'll be like, hey girl, you want to see something bad, fucking ass?
so what happens is this weird situation where she's talking to Feldor, and all of a sudden two big beefy hands reach up around him, grab his clothing, and as it rips, Feldor just disappears, and Deimos, you're just standing there holding like shredded shirt.
I tell her, reach out your hand and feel.
I move out of the way.
God!
She kind of gasps
You know, you're gonna pay for that one.
and she says, I don't understand what you are.
it.
You wish me to touch you?
No.
Where did Feldorn
reach
go?
out, touch chest. Just reach forward, rub.
Feldorn moves.
Sam was grab the
Roll
shit out.
persuasion, Deimos.
Oh shit.
Feldon has difficulty accepting his new body, my dear.
As I awkwardly say it, as he's struggling, I guess I'd be like, "Come on."
She says, I had heard that one of you was touched in the head. I
That's
assume
me.
that... Yes, well,
"Just do it, cause I'm special."
I'm sure your
It'll
friend
make me feel better.
would not appreciate you having destroyed his clothing. Feldorn, whenever you choose to reveal yourself again, I do appreciate the compliments.
I answer from my invisible state.
She says, although I must admit that I am a bit disheartened at the council's choice of nominees so far. She says, times have changed, at least in my opinion, and the world around us is different. The candidates that they've nominated so far would certainly take the Mistrala into an academic position and pursue great learning and preserving of our knowledge and whatnot. However, I think that the world itself has changed around us, and unless Mistrala changes it as well, we will not be in a good position in the future.
Did you have somebody in mind?
She says, well, no one here knows the world. No one knows what's going on around. We've been sealed off, cloistered here for years now. Only Master Telephos has been out, and he has seen, he has fought, he has gotten his hands bloody, trying to stem off the chaos that afflicts our world now. I believe that Mistrala could be a great force for good. There are many powerful arcane users here, but we will not be able to coordinate in any regards for the better help of the world, unless someone has the vision to do so.
Well, what if he wins and he has to make a speech?
She chuckles.
That's actually a valid point.
She chuckles. Telephos has never had difficulty in communicating when he needed to. But that is just my opinion. I don't know. Perhaps there is no need for Mistrala's denizens and citizens to take part in the wars around the world. But I certainly would prefer to go out and use the combined forces of the Magni to try to aid the people of this land. Okay?
The events of the past few days, I mean, if nothing else, they showed us that even if we do not go out in search of the war, it will come to us. So your point is a valid one, and if you do put up Telephos, I will second your vote.
She says, no, I could not. I'm not an instructor. I am just an observer in this.
I take a moment to consider now and check with her about what time is the next council meeting.
She says, noonday on the morrow.
Alrighty.
Okay. She says, oh, I was instructed to tell you, however, that plus 19 to...
Sorry, I misclicked. I do not have that acrobatics.
What the
I was
hell?
trying to make a fake thing called tickling and give myself double proficiency in it.
Oh my god.
Take that.
Proficiency. Tickling. Funny. She says, I do apologize for, perhaps if you're choosing to not travel today, there are other areas that you might visit within Mistrala. The observatory deck observation deck has been reopened and renovated while you were away and recovering. It is quite spectacular, I assure you. The library, of course, is open, as are our magic stores and what little of an armory we have is certainly
How do I
open.
get a book out of the library? That asshole librarian won't let us take anything.
Yes, he is a bit terse, isn't he?
I'm going to, send him to hell or something if he doesn't want me to
Did
take
you
the
already
book
get
now.
like 2 of those books so far?
She's
No, I
at
got one.
Yeah.
Oh, just one. Okay.
Alright. So what do you guys want to do?
I am interested in any place that sells magic items / armor / weapons
Okay.
/
Feldorn,
legacy weapons.
during
Oh,
this whole conversation, I've made it back to my room to put some more clothes on.
Okay. Alright.
The observatory sounds kind of cool, guys. Space and stars and shit.
Yes, but there's nothing for purchase there, so.
No, the observatory is
We got lots of money.
the observation.
Nah.
The observation deck is that first level that you guys crossed into when you went across the barrier. It's like
Oh.
you're standing on an open plain and you could see for miles and miles around. It's
Do
how
you see
the
like different countries?
yeah.
We should like probably check out Waterdeep and stuff if we can see it.
Yeah, you could. It's a heavily
Either that
enchanted
or
area
further north,
that lets you see way off.
where we think the gate is. I forget what country that's in.
I have over 600 or 60,000 gold.
That's cool.
Yeah, I need to get to a magic shop before my pockets explode.
Okay.
Speaking of magic items, as Feldorn was walking back to his room, he remembers that non-attunement enchantment he bought for Deimos and says, I wonder what I should do with this now, since Deimos being an ass.
No.
What is it?
Deimos is trying to get you a chick. Chicks love scars.
All right. So you guys have a run of the mill. Your run of the town. All right, so if you guys want to go to a magic store first.
Yes, that's
Okay.
where I'm going.
Okay. You guys head over. Renly, you guys kind of point them in the area of the arcane facilities and that kind of stuff. The campus, the bookstore, and all that crazy stuff. Basically, what
I
equipment area.
write Euphemia another note so she can get books again.
Okay.
The last one didn't help. He still wouldn't let me have anything.
But this gets you almost everything. It just doesn't get you like a couple things. It's really useful.
I want the skill book. Or give
You
me
don't need a
book.
skill book.
I need a skill book.
We
I only
both
have
only had
20
one
charisma.
skill book. One skill book is a good amount. You don't need more.
I think I've actually had 2 because I was a dwarf and I actually had access to the library there, so I've actually had 2. Oh, by the way, did I recover what was
Feldorn
I
had
was
2, I
able to
think.
recover
Yeah.
from my
Feldorn only
ammunition?
had one.
Yeah, I
I thought
think-
you had 2.
Euphemia, you're almost 3 times more charismatic than Deimos. And that's
Yeah.
saying something.
Albrecht, what
Yeah,
were you
but
asking?
everything is based off
I was
20,
wondering how
I'll
much
get
of
off
my
over
ammo was
20.
I able to recover? 50% like normal, or
Of your ammo?
my 2 hand axes and my 4 javelins.
Where did you throw them?
We were still on top of the, or we weren't in his realm yet.
Okay, you got them all back. If you use them in his realm, you got nothing.
Oh, I was out of things to throw by the time we got
Yeah.
to his realm.
Yeah, you got them all back. You got them all back. Okay, so you guys head over to the at the foot of the spire. There's a bustling kind of town all around the spire. So there's also the different little shops and alchemical places. But Renly points you to the real area that you kind of need to go. As you head that way, you see a gnomish man with like big frizzy white hair just kind of sticking out all over the place, curling and covering some of his eyes and obscuring his mouth. His beard and his mustache are just this big like bramble bush of white frizzy hair. He says, "Yes, you've come to the right place if you seek magical enchantments and items. How might I help you?"
I need something random that doesn't need atonement.
Random? No attunement?
I don't know what I have.
I have many things.
Do you have any magical armor that's better than what I'm wearing?
What are you wearing?
That doesn't
Guessing
require
if you have
attunement.
better armor than what the smithing god did.
Better than half plate plus 3? He looks at you and says,
Is that what I got?
yeah. He says, no.
Well,
Oh my
fuck.
god.
I got billions of gold. I got nothing to buy. Come on.
He says, well, I have these fancy rings. See, are they pretty?
Do they need attunement?
He says, well, you can attune to them all you want, sweetie.
Do it.
Um,
I can't attune to anything.
he says,
I asked him if he's got any fancy magical belts of some sort of
Oh,
giant
do you have a
strength.
strength gun? I need a new strength gun.
Albert, you need to return your strength to where it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be 24, right?
Yes, that's correct.
What's my strength?
Okay.
But I still would like a strength gauntlet if he has it.
A gauntlet of
Or
strength.
strength.
You
No,
can't.
I want a strength belt.
Yeah, so you would need a belt of like Storm or Cloud Giant to go higher than your current strength.
Yes, I know. I'm going to ask just because there's a chance, right?
Roll a d20.
Roll a d20.
While he's rolling that d20, I'll
Nope.
ask him the same.
He says-
If he's got a
He looks at you
belt-
and he says, no!
if he's got a belt or something, but instead of strength, if it'll make you more likable,
Oh,
like charisma stuff.
that's kind of cool.
Charisma belt. Is that actually a thing?
Like a,
Nope.
they need to make it up. Like a, oh wait, it could be like a stick-on tattoo, like scar of
Or some
charisma.
sunglasses or something.
Oh, I like that. Or a
Charisma
saxophone.
enhancing item.
I'm missing.
To go over
that'd be
Charisma
cool.
22. Roll a d20,
Yep.
Elwin.
Oh, that was almost 19.
He looks at
it
you, Elwin,
was.
and he says, fuck no!
Damos is gonna ask this guy. He says, "Hey, you got any sort of sentient magic items?"
He says,
I don't want to use it. I just want to have another weapon buddy.
no!
Come on.
Guys, remember,
Are
you
you
also gotta
sure
remember
this
this
is the
isn't
store?
this isn't the armory.
He says, are you
It's
sure
just
you
a
don't
magic
want to
shop.
look at my ring? It's really beautiful.
I will check your ring out. It does look sexy, sir.
Well, it's quite pretty, don't you think?
It is. What is it?
Oh fuck!
I actually take it and I throw it in a hole which never ends.
No! And he snatches it back from you.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Bad
So
history
can
of
I-
that ring.
Feldorn wonders how much that ring is.
He says, oh, it's a priceless heirloom. Passed down to my family for many, many generations. But
And
it's
you're
what I
gonna
have.
sell it?
Huh?
Not very precious.
He says, oh, well, you know, for the heroes of our town and for the right price,
Bullshit.
anything is saleable.
And what is this right price?
He says, well, I would have to be made an offer I could not refuse.
Your
Would you
life?
like this? I look into our bag and pull out a hand.
No, no, not the hand.
No.
Not the hand.
He says,
That's such a cool
ah, let me see that.
No. we
Before
all
he,
hand
such
away.
a
before he
cool
takes
hand.
it, Feldorn whistles and his sword his rapier flies out the scabbard and like hovers above his hand.
He says,
Don't touch it.
he says, I will not touch it. Just make me an
Well, I've seen
offer.
people-
Maybe I might be interested, but probably not. You all don't seem like the wealthy enough sort.
Yeah, we're broke as shit. You got a folding battleship?
A
I want to
folding
upgrade this
battleship.
folding boat into a folding fucking battleship.
He says, unfortunately, I'm fresh out of those.
You suck. Why? Why are you even in business?
Guys, just remember, this is also the magic shop, not magic armory. We still have to
Davis
go
doesn't
there.
care. He's just shocked and baffled. You don't have a folding battleship? It's
That
so fucking
is
cool.
true. That is true. But
Feldorn offers him 20,000 gold for that ring.
He says, take a hike, darky.
Oh.
Feldorn casts Feeble Mind on him.
You really gonna do that?
Yeah, he took a. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Would I take offense to that?
Question is, does the internet take offense?
Internet takes offense to everything. Nah, Feldorn's good.
He says, I have some other wares you
He
might
does.
peruse.
He does warn him though.
Can I roll on a chance to get a better strength belt?
What do you have right now? 23.
23?
Roll, but probably not, because Albrecht already rolled, and it'd be the same thing. No.
Come on! It's the only thing I can get.
I asked this guy
He says,
if he has an anti potion of love.
he holds up this love potion, and he says, you don't understand the incredible powers of this potion here. Believe me, he says, one might be able to
Dude,
accomplish
this is a
great
cool
things
potion.
in one's personal life.
I want to show you this thing though. Like, you don't need a love potion. As I rip open Feldorn's shirt again, and I show him that sick ass motherfucking scar.
Feldorn just. He goes, you know what? I need to unattune to some things. I think I'm going to use that thing next.
He says, the combination of these two potions, so he holds up the filter of love and the oil of slipperiness. He says,
Oh
I'll
my
let your
God.
imagination take place here.
Nope. Mm-mm. That's hilarious though, sir. That is quite hilarious.
And I
ask him how much he wants
Deimos
for both of those.
next time he touches me, he's going to end up wishing he hadn't.
Oh, you're no fun, Feldorn.
He says, not interested in the filter of love, I see. Well, perhaps this is more your fancy.
I asked him for how much for all three of those things. The filter of love, the oil of slipperiness, and animal friendship.
He says, oh, for one of your stature and your position in our town, he says, a mere 1,500 gold for all three.
Ah, fuck yeah, I'll find some fun out of these.
He says,
Not
done.
for me, but great for
As
price.
Demo pays for it, I whistle and my rapier flies by and breaks the filter of love.
No, dude, it's not for you. No, don't do it. I don't think
Too
so.
late. It's done.
Yes!
No, no.
He says, I will be taking my gold, though. And he hands you the oil of slipperiness and the potion of animal
Alright, well,
friendship.
I'll take the slipperiness and the animal friendship one.
1,500 gold.
Alright, I'll take it out.
And I look at Deimos and I'm like, I've heard what you've done. I remember things from a past life.
Do you have any potions of speed or invulnerability?
Roll d20.
can I roll for potions of giant strength?
As a matter of
Of
fact,
any
I
sort.
do. Here's one of each.
How much?
Oh damn, I wanted some.
Speed and invulnerability. Well, these are kind of expensive. This is. He says, "Oh, a standard going price would be 30,000 gold apiece. However, for one of your stature, I'll cut that down to a mere 29,995
For both?
each." I said.
You know, the more we talk to this guy, the more Feldorn wants to feeble mind him.
Yeah. I'm just gonna walk away.
I do ask him. Can I roll for potions of giant strength?
Sure.
Nope.
He's got stone giant strength.
Which is lower than me. So, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm done. I'm headed off to the armory, the magic armory.
I wish I could say it was a pleasure, but it has not been. Very well. And he reaches
So
up.
I offer him 30,000 for the ring.
He says, "Kind sir," he says, "I do wish you would not insult me." And he grabs his like the little wooden window shutters that are on his door, and he like slams them shut in front of him.
Are you
What's
sure
the
you
name
don't
of
want a
the shop?
hand?
What'd you say?
Put the hand away,
Ophelia?
Renly.
What's the name of his shop?
Oh,
By the way, are those potions, the animal friendship, and that slipperiness, are those the tab by any chance, or can I drag them over?
I put them in your inventory.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Feldorn is almost tempted to let him have the fucking hand of Vecna.
I'm very tempted to, but I want to keep that, I think.
I take the hand out the bag and I knock on the wooden thing with it.
Okay.
What's the name of his shop?
I put it in chat.
Oh, I didn't see it. Where?
He says, "Go away!" You hear from inside the little shack.
I'm gonna.
I like, don't you want a mummified hand?
Ah, the hand! And you hear the door, the wooden shutters, just like open up halfway. And he says, "Are you willing to barter?"
When he opens it up,
So hang on,
he's
hang on,
gonna
hang
see
on.
that I carved worthless above the shit.
Hang on, does my sword have like its own dexterity checks and everything? My rapier?
What he's trying to do? Probably.
Like how I'm not gonna do this. I'm asking. How evil would Feldorn be if he used his rapier to cut the dude's hand off and then attach the hand of Vecna to the dude?
He
Like,
wanted it.
how many levels of
How many
Daedalus is
Dark
walking
Force
away.
points are you taking?
Yes.
I mean, you can try it if you want, if you think that's what your character would do. I don't necessarily care about alignment and stuff. What I care about is, you know, how the world reacts to your guys' actions.
Because Deimos would be completely evil by now. So it doesn't
Daedalus
matter.
is actually a really good guy.
He just feels mad.
Feldorn would
He
see
actually
the
goes
value
next
in,
door and buys barbecue chicken wings.
Feldorn would see the value in the hand of Vecna, but at the same time he's kind of insulted by this dude.
Okay. He says, "Oh," he says, "you don't want to barter? Very well."
I go, wait. I have a ring too, and I show him the ring of improved spell storing.
He kind of looks at it and he sniffs it a little bit. He says, "Ah, enhanced, powerful indeed." He says,
And I pull the gauntlets off the cat, and I'm like, we have these.
That one.
And I give Deimos the stank eye. I'm like, you owe me.
Dude, she's like totally
You
attuned to him.
owe me
Oh, you for what? Trying to get you laid?
for your stupidity. You owe me.
Mm-mm. Dan was as smart as shit.
No, he's not. You're gonna be a little dumber too if you don't.
I
Watch
got
yourself.
intelligence 12.
30 days. 30
I'm okay
days.
with that.
he's kind of
Would the
hemming
cat
and hawing. He
really
says,
let her pull them off?
"I don't know what would the cat do, Deimos."
I mean, the cat's attuned to him. I have no idea. Probably fuck him up.
She get feeble-minded too.
You try to fight the cat.
Actually, wait. Does she keep her normal hit points from being a werecat?
I guess you guys have never really fought with the cat.
I think
She does not
once
have-
before.
Let's see here.
Does she
Yeah.
have a normal cat's hit points, or
No,
Yes,
no, no.
for other hit points.
She's definitely a stronger individual.
Is it just me or did the salt level on Feldorn go up between this week and last week?
Hey. Deimos is the one being an asshole and tempting my wrath.
You opened
I
your
mean,
shirt
true, but the
twice.
poor cat.
That Feldorn don't give a shit about no damn cat.
Well, you are stealing her shit. She is a
Didn't
sentient
you-
being, and you're stealing from her.
Yeah. I would say that you
Didn't
haven't
you
been
want
playing
to
your
be a
character as a
rare
neutral
person?
good, though. Maybe you're like a neutral?
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't you want to be a were person? Pissing off our were person party member? That's probably a bad idea.
I'm probably gonna die anyways from eating that lotus.
We'll have to see.
Actually, we still have that vial of sleep mold. I open one up and I tell the guy, "Here, smell this."
He looks at you. Curiously, he says, persuasion check.
Alice.
Someone guide him.
I will.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Whoa, what? I could have swore I had. Okay, something's wrong with my stats here for a second. Feldorn never had religion.
Oh, yeah, none of your stats are transferred over. See, all your stats are at 10.
No, my stats are fine. They all transferred over.
They
It's
look
just
like
my-
10 to me.
My skills got fucked up. I never had religion. I had sleight of hand. I had persuasion. I had animal handling. And I had investigation. And arcana.
Okay.
Okay, so religion was the only thing that fucked up. I remember I had persuasion. I didn't have perception or performance or any of that.
I'm actually looking at your old sheet right now. You did have religion, you did not have persuasion.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
That's weird. I should have had persuasion. Okay.
Okay. Persuasion check.
Oh my god.
He looks at you and he says,
9.
I recognize when someone is trying to pull a fast one over on me. He says, no thank you. Slams the shutter shut. Boom.
I throw before he slams it shut, I throw the vial in there.
Okay. Alright, delete from the inventory. Alright, what are you guys gonna do?
I started walking to the magic armory 5 minutes ago, so.
Alright, Opera, you get to a place, now granted this is not a war-seeking town.
I followed him, by
What
the
you
way.
find are an assortment of quarterstaves and like mage-type equipments. This is not, there's no real warriors here. This is a magical institution. There's not even really a
So-
paladin's area. The closest thing you find to weapons are what like a war cleric would hold. So you find a few maces and some shields, but most of it is in the area of staves and a few finesse weapons like rapiers for sword dancers or battles.
Medium armor.
Medium armor.
Specifically spike that might be of increased plusness.
Roll a d20.
Not bad. I mean, I recognize that mine is pretty decent right now. It's +2, but I recognize that's pretty decent right now. But you know, it doesn't hurt to search, in my opinion.
Yeah. They're not going to have anything for a battle rager barbarian.
I figured.
Anything
But
there
again,
that-
it doesn't hurt to search. So.
Yeah.
Anything
Otherwise,
there that I wouldn't have noticed?
What are you looking for?
I don't know. Stuff.
The,
Things that I would like.
told you, magic staves, some wands. There's, like I said, maces for clerics, a few finesse weapons, rapiers and that kind of stuff. No long swords.
Magic swords. Ugh.
Do they have staffs of the magi?
Probably. Yeah, I'll say that they have one.
How much is that?
So Staff of the Magi. You go there and you find the purveyor. He's like an older, elven-looking individual. He says, "We have had this in stock for a number of years now, ever since one of our more esteemed colleagues passed away and left it to our keeping." He says, "It does have some sentimental value. We would be willing to part with it for a generous donation. But you have to understand, we are at the behest of the council, and we don't really deal in money."
What kind of donation?
He says, "A barter, perhaps some great magical resource that might offset the loss of such an antiquated and esteemed and legendary, in fact, item."
Do you want this hand?
Put it away.
Feldorn looks at Renly and says, "You know, old lady, you'd look nice being feeble-minded."
With the hand on your arm.
Yes.
No, Renee, I think they use that hand at night and they pass it along. Yeah.
Actually, no. Feldorn would offer the hand. He'd want to get the temptation away from him.
You guys offering
think
to
Feldorn
trade the hand of
should.
Vecna for the Staff of the Magi?
Yes, he would literally offer the hand to get the temptation away.
Can you link the hand one more time?
It should be in the party inventory.
Oh yes, if no one's interested in the +2 studded leather, Renly would definitely use it.
That's all yours, Renly.
Alrighty.
Because I think Ashok, if he ever comes back, already has
Yep.
+2 studded leather. So.
The purveyor there says, "You know, for such an item, I believe that the consensus here would be that would be an equitable trade."
Yeah, I'm too tempted to lop off my own hand at this point.
Why don't you
Please
do it,
take it.
Feldorn?
All
Because
right.
I'd lop yours off first.
All right.
No, that's not Albert Glistering. That's some other.
Okay, so unless
Yes.
anyone does anything, I'm taking the hand of Vecna away.
If we would have found this while Killjack was still around, he actually would have probably done this.
All right, hand of Vecna is gone, and I'm adding a Staff of the Magi.
Should have tried to get something else out of it. So Vecna was an artifact.
Okay. Anyone else?
Does Feldorn know that the hand of Vecna is an artifact?
He saw the sheet, or he knew everything about it that was on the sheet, so.
Nope, he doesn't know or care who Vecna is. As far as he's concerned, it's an even trade.
Okay.
Throw another hand out there.
And an eye.
No, I think the other artifact is an eye of Vecna.
It's an eye.
Isn't it just one hand of Vecna?
Yeah, one hand, one
Or is
eye.
there two?
Okay,
There's
so
eye of Vecna.
the purveyor,
You mean Vecna didn't have two hands?
the purveyor takes the
Only
hand,
one was cut off though.
and you see him,
Put it back
you see
on.
him very gently and very carefully handle it. He says, "Appreciate it. This will be the subject of much study down the road." And he carefully puts it inside like a very safe and thickly bordered magical box.
I look
Go
at
to
him
the
and
library.
I look at him and I say, "I just hope this doesn't come back to bite us in the ass, please."
He says, "I assure you that the might of Mistrala is behind this institution here."
I
Oh.
inside checked the fellow just in case. Because I'm wondering, wait, did Feldor get chipped? Was this totally a trade that didn't quite actually work out properly?
All right,
Solar
roll,
definitely traded away a more valuable item.
roll insight.
More valuable in whose eyes?
Killjack. Kildrak's eyes, but
Renly's
Kildrak's
completely
not here.
pleased with what
Exactly.
what went on.
Awesome.
If
Alright.
no one's ever gonna use the hand, it doesn't matter.
exactly. I don't think anyone in this speed currently would use the hand. So to us, it's valueless. But
Hey,
in
Feldorn
pure
probably.
purely monetarily, it's way more value than the Staff of the Magi.
Well-
We got billions of gold and we can't spend it.
It's too late. It's
So-
gone already.
What the fuck?
I know.
Alright, so you're heading
I'm
over
just,
to the
I'm
library,
answering
Euphemia?
Renly's question.
Yep, and I'm gonna burn it down unless I get a fucking book.
Okay. So you walk in there, and
Bring Feldorn with so he can feeble mind something.
the librarian is
For
there,
Christ's sake.
and he walks in and he says, "Oh yes, you again. How
Okay, saved
can I
your
help
fucking
you?"
town. I saved Mister. Let me have that book.
I had heard tale of such. Of course, I was indisposed at that moment, so I did not see it with my own eyes.
Like hiding under your desk. Yeah.
He says, "What I do in my personal life is none of your concern. How do you wish to be served today?"
You know the book I want.
Ah, yes. Some tome of leadership and understanding, I believe. He says, "Oh, look." He
Yes.
says, I do
One that's available to use.
happen to have one that's available for use. Do you happen to have a written letter of approval from the headmaster?"
You
The
don't
headmaster
have a
is-
headmaster.
Oh, well, such a shame, then.
Oh my god!
He shuts the book and he says,
Okay.
Will there be anything else?
I'm going to beat the fuck out of him.
Actually, Feldorn would have gone just.
I
'cause-
pulled out my sword. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him. Fuck him.
I would have been laughing my ass off.
You're gonna attack the librarian?
Yes.
You have a
Feldorn
23 in
says,
strength and a 20 in.
Alright, what are you gonna do? I mean...
Well,
Feldorn
is
I
it-
says,
think
look,
Feldorn
look,
just grabbed a silver
look,
drake that
it's not-
might come to use.
No, I put that back. Feldorn
Oh.
goes, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Look, if I had
You're not changing your mind. You gotta roll a persuasion check to do that, and you're
If
not
I had
changing your
the-
mind.
if I had the cojones not to disintegrate some dude being an asshole about some damn ring, you can wait just a little longer.
That is actually a valid point.
What are you talking about?
He's talking to you, trying to get you not to attack the librarian by telling you, look, if I didn't melt the face off this other dude, this guy's not worth it.
Yeah, but think of it this way: if you had to deal with that guy 3 times in a row,
Probably not that persuasively. I did deal with him twice in a row, and both times I wanted to power word kill the motherfucker. And then turned his body into my undead minion.
Alright, what are you guys doing?
I'm
Hey,
gonna take
Owen,
the
are
book.
we
Where's
ready
the
to go
book?
back
Did he have the
to
book?
Haslin?
It's in the vault somewhere. He's not holding it.
Actually, Feldorn had... Oh, it's in the vault?
Well, it's in there's a big archive behind him. The library is rather large, and there's
Does he have the
thousands and
keys on
thousands
him?
of books and scrolls. It's not like a locked vault, but it's somewhere in the library. He doesn't have it on hand. He was looking at a reference guide. He was looking at like a sheet, a data sheet, when he said that he has one.
Okay, I'm gonna take the reference guide from him.
You just rip it out of his hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a really big, thick, dusty thick tome with a bunch of
Well, I have 22
notes and
strength,
logs in it.
so
Yeah. He says, "Oh, but He says, and you see he's very flustered. He said, "What do you intend to do with that?"
I'm gonna go find a book, and you're gonna either help me or you're gonna go to hell. One of the two.
He says, "I'll have you know that only authorized individuals are allowed to search in our library. And you, as of yet, are
So that means
unauthorized.
you better help me.
He says, you are not the most persuasive of individuals. So I'm
Are you
inclined to call the
sure about
authorities."
that? Are you sure that I am not the most persuasive? Look, I'm not there very persuasive at that moment.
He looks at you and he says, yes. if you return the book to me, I could be persuaded to not call the authorities.
What authorities? Half of them are dead because of the whole thing that happened to the city.
Well, some would certainly arrive. I'm an individual of great importance, after all.
Are you the one that just saved this whole city from destruction?
Yes,
the
yes, there
headmaster's
you go
axe?
with that story again. He says, listen, this
Think about it.
is
Who are they gonna believe?
this is policy, this is operational procedures. I am not allowed to release any of our greater works to anybody without express permission from the headmaster.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Banish on him.
Feldorn just walks away as he turns invisible.
Alright,
He's like, nope, not having anything to do with this.
Alright, so he gasps and he vanishes from where you are.
So I just drop the jump thing and I walk away.
Okay. Alright, you have no idea which plane he went to or anything like that, but you just walk away.
I don't give a fuck. Done.
Alright. Anything else?
So let's set up that voice guy to be the headmaster.
Yep, that's what Feldorn was gonna say. Let's go get Black Bolt to be the head honcho. And kick some damn salty gnome out of the town.
And the librarian.
If the time for tea with
If he comes
Courtney-
back.
Yeah, I mean it's right now it's late afternoon.
Yay! Okay, tea time. Perfect time. Yes.
You go have tea on your own.
Will do!
I want to ask Elwyn if we can go back to Haslin.
Feldorn tries to persuade Renly that this vial of sleep mold is actually sugar.
You threw it into the guy's
We had
shop.
two.
You had two of them?
We
Okay.
had 2 vials.
Okay.
Nope. not that
Did we
persuasive.
really want to not travel?
Oh,
not
I will.
just
I
travel?
will give it as a gift to Courtney. Thank you. He will appreciate it.
That's actually some tea I want to try.
That's actually pretty funny.
Randy
So is it
leaves
gonna
this
be
for me.
moldy sleep tea?
All right. So you head over to Sir Gotinen's house. He says, "Oh, Renly."
I have a gift for you from Feldorn.
He looks at it. He sniffs at it. Wonderful. He says, "Thank you." He says, "I believe I shall make some tea of it."
Oh, I
Did you
make
just say
myself
he
comfortable.
sniffs at it?
Yeah. Okay. So what did you want to say, Renly?
I make myself comfortable and like just relax. It's wonderful to be at his abode and not running around looking for random stuff. So I chill.
Well, wonderful, Renly. Thank you for visiting. And he just nods off.
Siesta time, yeah.
So, do I know where Robin is?
Robin would have
Robin's
been back in his
recovering
chambers.
from a.
What? Chambers?
Well, yeah, I mean, you guys were given a dormitory section, that kind of stuff, and he had been kind of like confined back to his back in the dorm.
So, real question
Did you
is,
ever
would
take the thing
Renly...
off his mouth?
I melted his mouth off, remember?
No.
Would Renly actually now sniff the sleep mold?
I'm going to enjoy a tea made out of the potion thingy bottle, whatever it is. So I'm sure there'll be sniffing involved in that.
Well, eventually, yeah.
If he ever wakes up again.
Yes, he went to sleep, so he's not making any tea at the moment.
Oh, I will relax and take a nap.
Okay.
There's much snoring.
All right. The rest of the day goes by. You guys that night, unless is there anything that anyone wants to do at night before bedtime?
Oh, I
Actually,
was,
we were gonna go talk to Black Bolt.
Okay.
and Ellen and I were gonna head back if Elwin is up, head back to Haslin for some
Well, actually,
magic item shopping.
if they're going,
Yeah, but
we
Did
can't
you
leave
guys
yet.
want? Yeah, we're not supposed to leave.
I don't care.
Guys
It's
could
it's
have-
recommended, and that's all I need to know. And so if Elwin is willing to make the risk, I will go and I will take orders. Otherwise, if Elwin wasn't willing to make the risk, it's perfect. I don't blame him, and I will go nap and go
mean,
wrestle people for
The
fun.
biggest risk is Owen can teleport there and not be allowed to teleport back, and you guys have to make the long trek on your own all the way back.
Because there might be like defenses up that prevents teleportation.
Well, we'll go to the very outskirts of the city, throw a dagger down, and so we don't have to walk as far.
I'm down for whatever.
There's contingency plans. I'm asking Elwin if he's willing to be back to Haslin. That's all I'm asking him. If he is, that's where I'm going. If he's not, I understand.
I said yeah.
Okay.
And why don't we just try to get Black Bolt to be the leader, and then he can lift all this, and we can do whatever.
Well, you guys can do that. I want to do this right now.
Try not to take an hour. Be back before like.
Yes, Mother.
I tell
Any orders?
Elwin to pick up my crystal skull from that lady.
Don't forget milk and bread. And the laundry.
Any other orders? Deimos, friendly.
And also, while we're not around Deimos, I tell Elwin, and also pick up Deimos's thing, but don't tell him you got it. Just hold on to it.
Deimos just chilling.
Would you like to windwalk over to the edge? That might be faster.
Sure.
Okay, I cast windwalk on y'all, and good luck. Hope you find something you like.
Ellen,
And also,
are you down to do that thing where we just set a dagger at the edge of the barrier so that way we do not have to walk as far?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think Ellen and I are heading to Haslin then, Midas.
Hey Midas, can you give my character a long rest? See if that's up my sorcery points right. I can't get him to go above 16.
Should be 19. It's a 19.
Yeah, but if you,
I think if you have it,
16 little dots.
if you have it set as a spell, I don't think it goes above 16.
Let me set it up. Power maybe.
No, what you do is set it up as a weapon, so ranged weapon, so it doesn't spam the chat and all that when you use them.
That's a good idea.
Oh, there we go.
And then as a ranged weapon, you can put as many as you damn want.
Well, your Staff of the Magi under magic items has like 50.
Yeah, I had to set it up as a power. I don't know why it didn't work.
Okay.
Font of magic. Okay, it works. Yeah, 7th level spell slot to get there.
You guys walk outside the barrier, and you cast a spell, and you vanish, and you head all the way back to Haslin.
Not in the guy's room.
I would teleport right outside the magic shop.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually, I think Feldorn would go with being that he's not really going to be any help talking to Black Bolt.
I think he would be the most help talking to Black Bolt.
No, with disadvantage.
Oh, true.
Okay, so you guys are going from Estrala all the way down to Haslin and the city of Westfane. Let me just do some math in my mind right now. So it's been 4 days. Okay. You guys arrive in the city of Westfane. Right outside the magic shop. Right around here. It is similar time zone, so it's the same time of day. Late afternoonish. You guys arrive there, and go ahead and roll me perception checks. Whoever went. Although, Albrecht, you've never been here before.
He's
No,
the
I
one
have
that wanted
not.
to go.
Well, I heard Feldorn and Elwin talking about the magic item lady, so that's why I wanted to go. And I was metagaming a little bit. My apologies.
Okay.
Yeah, so how the fuck would you have known about the
Yeah,
magic
he wouldn't have
item?
known
I
about
overheard you guys talking.
You weren't in the same room as us.
Something in my throat.
Alright, whatever. You
This
guys
would've
arrived
been-
there.
this-
Albrecht, perception check.
The city is burning around you and you don't notice.
Okay.
I don't know why I have disadvantage.
Because you still have level 1 exhaustion.
Didn't you say we rested enough to get rid of that?
Nope, not enough. You had
Oh.
one more level to get rid of.
Oh, that's alright.
So you guys arrive there. It's late afternoon, and you look and you see that the magic shop is closed. All around you, there's still people, moving around. There's shops and businesses and stuff like that, but nothing pops out of the ordinary to you guys. All right, so they are in Westfane, and Elwin and Feldorn would have known that the magic shop doesn't open till like late at night.
Feldorn just goes to the mansion we have here.
Yeah.
And as he walks in, he tells the guards, "Hey, you know that dwarf in spiked armor? Keep his ass out."
So he gets stopped at the door, Albrecht.
I'll wave him in.
All right, back in Mistrala. What are the rest of you guys doing for the rest of the day? Did anyone want to go talk to
I'm gonna
Telephos
see-
or
I'm gonna
anything
see if I
else?
can contact Kelly.
How are you trying to do that?
I guess I'll try to pray and connect to the weave through magic.
Where are you going? Are you doing it just in your room? Are you
Actually,
going
I'm
out in
gonna
the
try
forest?
to
Or
go to the spire where she transformed.
okay, to the very top.
Yeah. I was dimension door up there.
And it's going to take multiple dimension doors to get up there.
Oh no, so I have to use a bunch of spell slots.
Yep. 3 to be precise.
That's fine.
Okay. You get to the top of the spire, and there are a few
I think I
people,
just flew.
there are a few people still up there cleaning up and just making sure everything is in order. You look up to the crystal, and you begin to try to reach out to Akelia in your mind. Go ahead and roll a religion check. Okay. As you're sitting there trying to concentrate, you hear someone just kind of like coming up behind you and says, Euphemia, I couldn't help but notice that you made your way up here. Whenever someone uses magical abilities within the area of the spire, there are enchantments that at least alert us, and I just noticed. No one took offense, of course, after all that you did and everything, but I thought you might need some company. She looks at you. She says, Do you remember that time years ago when you and I we learned to play some music together back in Amberbrook?
Sure.
She smiles. She says, yes, I think you were trying to learn how to play the lyre. I understand that you've quite mastered it since then. I was impressed with your abilities to bend the arcane arts using the lyre, so well done.
Well, mastered again, I guess. don't want to use that much anymore.
She says, what are you doing here? If I might be so bold as to ask.
I just wanted to talk to Kalia. See if I can reach out to her.
Oh. Oh. She says, well, I'm not an expert in this area. You might have to talk to Liam for more clarity, but as I understand it, he says, Kelia will not be reachable. He was explaining this to me earlier. I didn't quite understand everything, but something to the effect of, she is not a goddess per se. You see, one does not simply ascend to godhood, as according to Liam. There is a process, there is some unknowable way that someone becomes a god and enters into deity. I believe they must be deemed worthy and must be elevated to that status by other divine beings.
But assume just killing a god tends to do it.
She says, she smiles, she says, oh, there have been no new gods. Not for centuries. But some have fallen for sure. You see, what Liam was telling me was that, for brief amounts of time anyway, other entities of exceptional merit and power may be given a fallen god's portfolio to manage and to sustain. Normally that entity must be like an archangel, or someone who has served with the god for a long amount of time and is familiar with that god's portfolio. Intimately familiar. But Mistra had no such servants, no angels around her, no dwelling place in the heavens, he says.
Are you saying that she gave up her life to be a bookkeeper?
In an essence, yes. Ikelia, she...
Wow. Disappointing.
She's holding the weave together. You don't understand. If Mistra were to die, and no one were there to hold the weave, either one of two things would have happened. Either all magic would have disappeared entirely from our world, as our access to it would have vanished, or, even worse, another creature would have stepped in to take the place of Mistra, and used it to his own for his own purposes. I tell you now, every magical thing that anyone on this world does at this moment goes through Lady Ikelia. She is the conduit. She is the access point. But she is just barely holding it together. It is all she can do right now. And for her to be able to have the strength to do so is miraculous. No mortal has ever done such a thing.
Change the subject. What do you think about your master becoming the new headmaster?
She hesitates for a second. She says, he would change many things if he were given that title.
Like what?
Well, Telephos believes that we privileged with access to the arcane should be using our abilities to better the world. He and some of his companions and I managed to free the country of Oscaria from those tainted elven individuals running around and tearing at everything. The ones who destroyed Sindalar. And he would do more of the same. Telephos would certainly anger many of the other instructors, but he would seek to militarize some of Mistrala's resources and individuals, so that more of us could go out and combat the evil in our world. She says,
So you would want to take over the world with magical people?
oh, no, certainly not. No, but he would seek to safeguard the very society that our world is built upon, the people therein, and he and those who travel with him are amongst the few who have seen the horrors and the atrocities being committed throughout our world.
Remember, great power becomes great responsibility.
Well, Master Telephos has great power. He would just be seeking to bring others alongside the calling and the vision that he already has and pursues himself.
Question is, does he want to be the headmaster?
I don't know.
And how would he make a speech? I still want to know that.
She smiles. She says, he's quite capable of speaking. But, of course, the devastation would be would not be good.
Hey, a first politician that can't talk. We might actually win an election.
Okay. She says, one more thing, Lady Euphemia. I have to tell you that I haven't slept much lately because I fear for Ikelia. To be true, I've had a dream. I believe I saw her, or at least some vision of her. And all I know is that I feel deep within myself that she is not safe. A position as important and as visible as hers now, to hold the weave together and allow us mortals access to it. There are many who will see her, many beings of great power, ancient ones, dark ones, who will see her and see her as easy prey, perhaps. I fear for her safety, I fear for her
Like Mr. was.
for her longevity. Mistra had more resources at her disposal than Ikelia does. I fear the princess is quite laid bare at the moment.
Do you know where her location would be?
That I do not know. Someplace in the heavens, or perhaps in the realm between.
Oh well. I guess the group is going to want to talk to your master about becoming headmaster. Probably tomorrow. And I guess I'll head to bed. And I'm just going to walk off the edge.
Okay. Alright. Anything else? Alright, let's zap back over to Westvane. So night comes. You guys are chilling out in your little group mansion over there. And evening falls. You guys are hanging out with Pablo. Regaling him with your stories, drinking his tequila, playing around. His kids are running all over the place, and he's engorging yourself. You guys are engorging yourselves on his chimichangas, that kind of stuff. And yeah, and you realize that the hour has grown late enough that you figure that the magic store would have reopened.
Whenever we're done here,
What?
whenever we're done here, we'll head over to the magic shop.
Okay. You head over there, and you do see a dim light in the doorway. It's a small wooden house, but it's been converted, and on the front of it, it has a small sign. In the darkness, with your dark vision, you can see it says Caliota's Books and Curios is the name
I'll
of the
go
shop.
ahead and step inside.
So does Feldorn.
I'll follow.
And We'll introduce Caliota to Albric. Caliota, this
Alright.
is our new companion, Albric.
All right, as you walk in saying that, you walk into a little bit different of a scene. She is standing in a corner. Her hair is a little bit frizzled. She's on top of a stool, reaching up to a top shelf, pulling off some books and some items, and it looks like she's in the process of packing up. There's boxes all over the place with books and scrolls and items inside them, some stacked against the edge of the wall, labeled hastily. And she looks like she's been working frantically for a while now. She's reaching up to get the scroll as you walk in, saying, introducing yourselves, and Albric. She looks over, she gasps, and the chair slips out from under her, and she begins to fall off.
I'll cast telekinesis to catch her if I'm
Okay.
fast enough.
All right. You dampen her fall at the moment, and she just begins hovering. And she blinks. She says, "Ah, Elwin." She says, "Pardon my current situation." She says, "Please be so kind as to release me."
I do.
Okay. She says,
Gently.
"I apologize." She says, "Are you here to pick up your things? I believe I had them over here in the corner. Although it might take me a moment. The current situation has got me in a bit of disarray."
What
What's
situation?
the current situation?
She looks around. She says, "Well," she says, "no one believes me when I say these things, but the city's in grave danger. The king will not listen. None of the guards or the officers or the townspeople will listen, and I cannot prove it myself. But I believe I know the city is in gravest of danger."
From what?
She says, "The north. There is something coming. I sense it. Over the years, I've developed at least a strong intuition for when danger is near. The last time I felt this horrible sense was when the Slad were invading our lands, and I was foolish enough to ignore it back then, but I will not make the same mistake. So I am packing up. I am leaving this place."
Can you show us a map of the area again? I closed it. So she said the north?
Mm-hmm.
So basically coming from like the Taswan area?
Well, directly north of Haslan, there's those countries. Borthol you've been to. You've never been to Izoa. What you know about Izoa is that it's this like primitive, very Mad Max kind of area. Let's see. How well would you guys remember?
There was one guy with the mirror there, though, right? In Azoa?
Yes.
Or at least a presence of... I can't remember specifics.
And
Elwin,
last
you remember one mirror being near in Azoa when you scried.
we left off the where Tarasks were in Fortum, right?
Fortum, yes.
I'm gonna say, do you know what type of danger it is, or you just feel danger?
Just, to be honest, I've told you everything I know. She says, I cannot abide to be here any longer.
We can talk to the king, and he'll listen to us.
Just, I pray you are correct. She says, perhaps it's just a fancy of an old lady, but perhaps it's more. I'm sorry. You have paid for some items, I believe. Give me a moment. And she kind of like shuffles off back, and you hear her popping boxes open and digging through some stuff.
I'm gonna turn back to Feldorn while she does that, and dude, I
Feldorn.
know planned
Yeah.
on going all the way up to Rapnesh, right after Mistrala, but I think our neck of the woods is gonna need some attention first.
Yeah. Sure.
And we
is.
still have to find the dragons, actually. When Calioto comes back, I'm going to ask her if I can help take some of these items off her hand for if she has any items I would like.
Okay, she comes coming back in. So Feldorn, you see her carrying your the jeweled and crystal skull that you had asked her for.
Yep.
She's bringing that with her. And what else did you say? You wanted another of the...
Yeah, it was another one of those motes of
Yeah.
remove attunement thing.
Yes, she has those.
Okay.
Okay.
She has one, or she has another one that she might have for sale.
She has one. Now, I don't remember. Did you buy those from her before?
Yeah, I paid for them.
You
before
prepaid
I
for them?
left. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and you can go ahead and add them to your inventory. Okay. She says, "Here they are. I managed to complete them just a little while ago. Friend Dwarf, Alberic, I believe you said your name was. Quickly now, what can I help you with?"
Let's see. Belt of fire giant or greater, or potions of same variety. Rolling.
Fire giant isn't going to help you any.
It's not?
No. Fire giant is the same strength.
Oh, same. It's fire giant's 23. So what's up above fire giant? Storm?
You need cloud or storm.
Cloud or storm, yeah.
She smiles. She says, "You are in a great deal of luck. In one of my recent journeys to the north, I came across this beautiful item here. It was quite expensive, but I traded well."
Do I have enough money for this?
How much money do you have?
I've got 2,516 platinum and 8833 gold. I don't think so.
No, that's a little over 30,000 gold.
This is at least 50,000, right?
Yeah.
How much is it?
I'm 20,000 short.
This would be in the 65,000 range
Okay, so
with you guys' discount.
I am 35,000 short.
I can
Didn't I hear
afford it, I'll buy
Deimos
it.
screaming from Mistrala?
You guys are not there.
Because Deimos is like, "Oh gosh, darn it, Albert, why did you take my credit card with all my money on it? Good thing I totally gave you the pin, and I said you can use my stuff."
Can I put it on Deimos' account? I ask her.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, I have no.
I assure him that I'm
Efficiency.
also guiding him. So when I store that guidance in that credit card to...
Yes. Can
You-
I?
You,
D4.
no, but you name dropped Deimos, so.
Oh yeah, and they had a good time last time.
Oh, they
I
did.
have 31,000. 31,700 if that helps. Oh, before I give you my money, I am gonna ask her if she has sort of what he's asking for, not that high, 27, but if it can boost me 23, 24, charisma, something like
D20.
that.
Feldorn wants the same thing.
Can I lucky that?
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Okay. She ponders for a little bit. She says, "Yes, I believe I have the thing that you're looking for." She reaches back and she pulls out. Is there such a thing here? Hold on 1 second. I don't know if it's in
Nah,
my
you have
items.
to probably custom make some.
You'll have to modify something.
Hold on, just 1 second.
It'd be kind of cool.
What I usually do with those, modify the headband of intellect to headband of whatever.
Leadership would be the. Yeah.
She pulls out a a mask. Kind
Does
of
it
like
look like Manjora's Mask?
like what?
No, I'm talking the old Zelda game.
It's a one of those old like those masquerade ball masks, or like more like a Phantom mask actually, like Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, that's cool.
She pulls this mask out, and she holds it up, and she says, "I believe that this might be one of the items that you're looking for. I heard that it might help. Now, not being a charisma user myself, I do not know, but the enchantments that I have read from it indicate that it would allow one to manifest one's personality in a more influential way." Okay. So this is basically it's a 25 charisma item. Kind of like the belt is.
Damn.
50 for this.
How much? I'm gonna pull out my scroll of time stop, and I'm gonna say, how much would you take? How much would it take if I traded this plus money? What would be the money?
Oh, the scroll of time stop.
How did my persuasion check work, by the way?
Oh, you were persuading her to do what? I forget.
Accept the money,
Deimos.
literally all the money I have right now, and then Deimos can help pay her back later.
Oh, you succeeded.
AKA using Deimos' credit card.
Yeah,
You succeeded.
He totally has my credit card.
She smiles. She says, "For a friend of Deimos," she says, "I would take that deal."
Okay, so I am at 0 money.
Okay, and Deimos owes how much?
Yeah, wait, how much more is it? Because I'm actually.
Okay, so I have right now.
Here, I'll just type in what I have.
So I have 2,516 platinum and 8,833 gold pieces. That's
kinda what I
a little
got.
over of 30,000 gold, and this object costs 65,000 gold.
That's my money, and besides the 216 silver pieces I have.
To convert platinum to gold, I just multiply it by 10, right?
Correct. So
Yeah.
Deimos has 25,000 platinum. Gold worth of platinum.
You guys do realize there's stuff in. There's a bunch of gemstones and stuff that haven't been sold.
Yeah, we should probably
True.
split that together.
True. I would have brought the gemstone.
Yeah, it's not really
Gemstones
fair
with
for us
us.
to steal crap. Well,
I would have brought them with them and asked her for a price, and then taken my share and then distribute the shares as I met the people.
Okay.
I would have done that. So any useless gems in our party inventory.
Okay. We can work on that. All right. So let me do that real quick. Elwyn, that's the item that she shows you.
That's exactly what I was looking for. But
Does she have another one? Because Feldorn would be interested in it.
no, I think I would take that over the Shadow Trigon. Want you can attune the Shadow Trigon?
What is this Shadow Dragon? I can't see it.
I'll link it. There.
Bolt.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell, if you guys are okay with it, all these non-magical items in the party sheet. Basically the
Sounds
gems. Keep the scrolls.
Wait, not the potions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
not
me
the potions either. Not the weapons either. Just the gems, basically.
You could probably sell the singular dagger. I don't think anyone wants that.
Okay.
Feldorn
But
will
yeah.
not attune to the Shadow Dragon.
I'll give you guys, what, 80% of fair market value? Selling these
Oh,
items.
damn.
Sure.
I mean,
I'll take 80%. Yeah.
when
She's your friend.
gems sell for 100%.
Are you trying to bargain your way up?
Why not?
I'll roll the persuasion. Oh, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, we're all exhausted right now.
I know.
I would try. Fuck it.
You
Now
know,
work
let me try,
together.
'cause I got luck points.
I would assist. Oh, come on! It was a fucking
If it's the 15, then we straight, right?
Alright, with a 26, alright, I'll give you 90%.
Yeah.
Drop the freaking 20.
Thank God you did it, not me.
Okay. 36,000 additional gold. I'll divvy that out to you guys. There. Alright, Killdrake, you need to come up with 65,000 gold. Elwyn, you need to come up with 50.
You still have the old Feldorn in the party sheet.
Oh. Add 6,075 to you.
Would she? How much would she take the time stop?
She'll give you 10 for the time stop scroll.
Oh, hold on.
And that
a
is
second.
being
It says
generous,
I have-
I might have to say, Elwyn. Dear friend.
Yeah.
Quite generous of me.
It says I have 4,000 gold pieces right now, but that doesn't add up with because you got 36,000 gold pieces for all the gems, right?
Yes, you should have gotten 6 credited to you.
Or is that just 36,000 each, or is that
No,
6,000?
that's-
Oh, 6,000 each. Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, so with the scroll and gold and platinum I'm at 47,815.
Okay.
Let me see if I.
She smiles at you, Elwyn. She says, "You seem to be about 3,000 gold short."
Yep.
Remember, Killdrake does have Damos's credit card. And
Uh-huh.
Deimos has perfect credit.
Feldorn also offers the Ion Stone of Regeneration that's in the party sheet. Like,
60
would that cover this in trade?
Whoa, I think it would more than cover it.
Yeah.
65,000 for the belt.
Yes.
Okay.
Then again, that Stone of regeneration is pretty
Yeah.
good. But yeah, we can't really use it.
Up to you guys, you want to...
if I get the belt, I have all 3 attunement slots filled up.
She'd probably do a straight trade for the Ironstone. For the mask.
Like straight up?
Ooh.
Yeah, the Ion Zone's pretty fucking good. If you get knocked out, you come back to life.
No, you don't.
I do that anyway.
Oh, you don't?
So.
Oh, I lied, sorry.
You know what? The scroll, I can't use scroll of clone. I don't think anybody else, anybody in the party can use it.
No, nobody's going to use this Ion Stone of Regeneration. Just do the straight up trade. Because the scrolls, maybe we can find somebody that can enchant our magic items a little bit more with the scrolls. Like add the magic to the items.
So,
Okay.
Deimos. Or finish out when you go first.
I'm down. If everybody's okay with it, just a straight up trade with the Ion Stone.
Yeah.
Okay. Done.
And then, Deimos, we would, after I give her all my money, on your credit card would be 24,932 gold pieces owed.
Oh, okay, you said 24,000?
932.
24,900, so I'll get rid of that then. So
Yeah, so I'm getting rid of all the gold pieces in my inventory and using Deimos' credit card.
Okay.
so
Alright,
that was
so-
it's 24,900 what?
32.
932.
So Feldorn has a question for her.
Okay.
He asked her how long it would take her to make an item that looks like this mote of removing attunement, but that's not really an enchanted mote, but just looks exactly like it.
She looks at you. She says, "You mean just a piece of gold, crafted into that shape?
Yes.
I have some here, not yet enchanted."
Oh, I will take it. Now, does the mote look any different from it? Like,
That's identical.
oh, so it's not like super shiny or anything?
Visually, no, they look the same.
Okay.
If one inspected the enchantment, and obviously, well, no, the one that's activated has a bit of rune work carved into it to form the basis of the spell.
I asked her if how long it would take her to carve the exact rune work into this blank one.
Just the rune work without the enchantment itself, another day perhaps. However,
How about if I
looks-
stay here and help you pack, and maybe you can do that favor for me? Because there's an asshole in some other town that needs a quick punch in the face.
She says, "If you all would be so kind as to pack up my shop," she says, "I believe
Yes.
that would be a fair trade."
And I also kind of wonder if maybe there's some way she could like use one of those scrolls of call lightning and make my my sunblade do lightning damage instead of radiant damage.
Just a straight transfer of damage type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or well, actually, if she could probably like turn the staff of the magi and the sunblade, and that's probably something somebody else would have to do.
To merge them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay.
But to convert the sunblade to lightning damage, she could do that in. She says, "If I worked all night," she says, "and into tomorrow," she says, "I believe I could accomplish these two things for you. If you were to, of course, pack up my shop for me. I must leave tomorrow. I will not stay longer."
I tell her, before you leave, give us a chance to speak to the king. You have seen us, or you did see these other guys fight the Slod.
I did.
Perhaps we would be able to fend off this trouble that's coming.
She says, "Very well, but it must be tomorrow."
Yeah, we'll try to.
With that, I tell her, Elwyn, why don't you go talk to the king? Me and Kildrak can stay here and help her pack. You know the king. You know the king a little more than I do.
It's like 1 a.m. right now.
Oh, then I
Yeah,
guess
well-
we could do it. We could do it in the morning.
Yeah, Albric is putting on his new belt and flexing all over the place, and definitely wants to try out his new strength. So he's willing to do some heavy lifting right now.
All right. Okay.
One more thing
Yeah.
before we start packing up. And ask her if she has any potions of speed or invalid or
Roll d20. She has a potion of speed.
want for that one.
She looks at you, she smiles, she says, "For you, friend Elwyn, I would trade for one of your higher level magic scrolls, or call it 15,000 gold."
Time stop.
What about have another high level program dilution?
What level is that? That's level 6.
No, it's
Nah.
level 6.
I mean, clone is just too good to get rid of, even though none of us can cast it. But can you imagine enchanting that onto a piece of armor?
And time
it's
stop
level
can
8.
get us out of freaking mess.
I'd trade her the clone. As fun as that would be to enchant on a piece of armor, just trade it to her.
Yeah.
Okay, so clone is level 8. Yeah, we could do that.
Does Elwyn want this ring back?
Dude, I'm still thinking about what I'm gonna unattune to, so I don't have any for it.
So would I be able to prepay for another mote of unattuning or unattunement?
Hell, if she does that, then let me get it.
She says, to be honest, she says, perhaps it'd be best that we wait. I don't know
Okay.
where I will be next, or how long it will be before I am free to craft such an item.
Is there any way we can contact you as to where you'll be next?
She says, you have those letters of message, right? Those parchments.
We just have one parchment.
She says, here. And she hands you a parchment to be able to reach her. You write on it, and it'll show up on her matching copy of paper.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'll
you
make
guys
sure it works by drawing a big penis on it.
All right.
She handed it to me.
Can I borrow it real quick?
No.
Okay. All right, Deimos.
Yeah, sorry, I'd stay longer, but last week I worked like 102 hours. I'm like about to pass out.
Yo, that's no problem. Happy Labor Day. Have a good night.
Oh, same to you guys. Sorry, I should be good after this whole week.
Cool.
Later.
Peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
User disconnected from your
And yes,
channel.
Elwyn, it works. You see her give you a sly grin as she sees what you drew.
I'm gonna give her the, like the 2 fingers holding it up, showing the length, and wink at her.
Okay.
Amos is gonna have some competition.
Yeah, Deimos, it looks like he's making a move on your girl.
He left, but yeah.
Alright, let's see. So you guys work into the night. At some point, deep into the night, let's see here. Are you guys just going to stay up all night, or what are you going to do?
How long have we been awake currently?
And how long is it going to take us to
Let's-
finish packing up her store?
You've been up for 17 hours about.
And,
And-
you know what? I'm gonna ask her. I've seen her wield some spectacular magic, and we're sort of exhausted already from saving the world, the weave. I'm gonna ask her if she's got some restorations that she can pass out to us, and we'll work through the whole night.
She is a mage. She cannot
I'll
cast restoration.
Pay for it. Okay.
Yeah.
That was worth a try.
Okay. So if you guys are working through the night, you're going to take another level of exhaustion. Because you're not getting a long rest today. So yes? I'll take that as a yes.
Connection lost.
Oops.
Sound muted. Sound resumed. Connected.
Midas.
User
Hey.
entered your channel. User entered your channel.
That sucked.
Alrighty, that was weird.
User entered your channel.
We're back. Going
User
back down to our
entered your
channel.
Channel created. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
I was so wondering. Holy shit, my internet dropped because I'm in a hotel.
Yeah.
So how many days have passed since
4 days half.
Yeah, 4 full days.
Alright, so I have to roll to see how many charges my earring of power gets back.
Okay. If you guys work all night, you're going to take 1 level of exhaustion because you're not taking a long rest today.
But we can work for 24 minus 17, that many more hours, right?
Before you start taking a long rest?
Yeah.
Sure. But
Okay.
you're gonna be sleeping into the next day or something like that.
And you said it was, what, 1 o'clock in the morning right now?
Yeah.
I'll work till basically sunrise, and then I'll go sleep until later, and then I think we can talk to the king in the evening.
Okay. How about the rest of you? Feldorn.
Eh,
Because we're
If
down
she-
to one day per level per long rest instead of
If-
2 because of friendly, right?
I would work as much as I can before my guy would literally just pass out.
Okay, so you guys are at the point where you're taking normal long rests now. So Elwyn and Feldorn, that's 8 hours of sleep of no movement or anything like that, but you can transfer 4 hours of sleep. Albrecht,
Yeah,
you
so
just
I
need
would-
a good night's sleep.
Yeah. So I'll work for 7 more hours.
Okay.
Helping her clean up her shop. Then I would head back. So that would be 7 o'clock in the morning. I would spend an hour tuning to the belt, and then 7 hours of sleep before I go to the king.
Okay. Feldorn and Elwyn, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
work to as long as it's me.
Yeah, I would work as long as I can and then take a trance and come back and keep going.
Okay. So you guys do about the same thing. Around the point where you guys are still suffering from exhaustion, so you can't go. We'll call that more than 24 hours without sleep. So around 7 or 8 a.m., you guys all lumber back to your mansion and collapse into bed. You've accomplished most of the packing. I mean, it's all nice and tidy. Everything's labeled. But between the 3 of you for all night long, you guys have done a good job. You've pretty much buttoned up her packing job there. Feldorn. As you collapse into bed, exhausted and weary from not even just the recent battles and all the past sleepless night, really weary from something else, from the physical discomfort and the pain that you'd experienced, and just the unsettledness that you've been feeling physically. You just drop into bed and you pass out instantly into a deep trance. A trance that takes you further and deeper than what you've experienced before. And as you drop into this, you realize that it is not a restful sleep. It is in fact the opposite. It is agitating. It is filled with anxiety. It's like you're becoming more and more alert, even though you can feel your body just drifting further away from you. And in your mind, you sense yourself losing control and losing in touch with what's normal.
I miss.
And you hear in your mind a voice kind of carry through to just speaking, just booming all around you as you're drifting off into your trance, Feldorn. You hear the voice come to you and says, "It is time." the heavens have aligned and the way has been made clear for me to come to your world. Now, Feldorn, beacon of mine, anchor to my very existence on your plane, you will be mine.
Nope.
Your body is racked with pain, your mind is racked with pain, and you feel yourself stumbling, and you hear you hear this voice just kind of echo. You still defy me. You still pretend that you have an option in all of this.
I do.
Go ahead and roll a let's see. So you feel him begin to press, like this presence in your mind is beginning to just seep into your consciousness, like it's trying to overwhelm you. You felt this before, and you have not been able to overcome it. You've been failing your wisdom saves basically the last 2 times. How are you trying to fight against this creature who's trying to basically take over your mind?
I mean, honestly, at one point, Feldorn would turn to his packed weapon for help, like his hexblade.
Okay. All right. What are
And
you
this
saying?
would be that point where basically I would turn to my hexblade and ask it for help, ask it to help me fight off this creature.
Okay. So you call out, and you find yourself in your mind. For some reason, you look around and you see that you have in your dream state. You do have this gleaming sword attached to your side. Your patron now. It's the subject of your power. You call out to it, and you hear its voice kind of resonate back. He says, the hexblade responds and says, "Then we will combat this foe as one." And the voice in your mind just resonates and says, "You have chosen the harder path. I will rend your flesh from you as I break your mind." Feldorn, you are transported. Your mind is you find yourself in a sea of etherealness, of translucency. There are objects floating around, but you're floating there in this nothingness. But there's light, there's wisps of essence, there's things all around you, and that you are at least able to envision, or at least to see. You assume, you gather in some sense that you are on the astral plane, from what you know.
Do I see Euphemia here?
No. The astral plane. This is not the ethereal plane. And you feel a darkness begin to, like a shadow, being cast over the area as this hideous, monstrous presence draws near to you. And actually, you are here, and your sword is here as well.
Can I feel if I have access to my spells or not?
You do.
I basically answer the voice and tell it, "You can try to rend my flesh, but I will fight you tooth and nail."
Okay.
So there's nothing left of me for you to take.
Okay. This massive being draws close to you, and this is what you see.
Bring it on, ugly.
That's the same creature that almost got Deimos. Right?
Yeah. Do you guys remember what this was?
And
Deimos
Deimos
never
killed the
told
mother.
them. Deimos never told us about it.
Yeah, but I mean, still. Bad game. I'm not even there, so how you don't even hear me, so blah.
Okay. This is Dovo. As he approaches, you hear the whispers, and you can feel the effect of his presence on your mind. He's been traveling for a long time through the astral plane. He's been making his way on a long journey, and it's been really, Feldorn, straight to you, moving at an incredible speed. Although speed is not an aspect here in the astral plane, covering a lot of reality as he travels over the past few weeks.
Why is your token oval shaped?
Because that's how he's shaped. That's what he looks like.
That's hilarious.
He comes up to you. As he's approaching you, you can feel. I'm going to move you a little further away. You can feel his presence just kind of like filling your mind, and just flickers of it cross your consciousness, and you begin to realize things about him, about the creature that's coming your way, things that you wouldn't have known otherwise. You get the sense that this is a being that existed long ago, long before the current, even before the world that you inhabit now existed. He was born in the primordial chaos before this current age that you're in, before the gods existed, before even the structure of the world that you live in now, before the planes were ordered. There was this primordial wasteland of chaos, and in that existence, in that era, there were beings of incredible power and incredible desire, and just pure raw desire. And they warred with each other, and they conquered, and they ravaged each other, and they exerted their wills forcibly over their opponents, in unbearable and in intolerable ways. And among them was this creature that has come your way. Dovo is the only nomenclature that identifies it. Then, after an untold amount of time, as the universe was steeped in chaos, the One chose to impose order on all of existence, and Dovo and his kind vanished, as all of the universe, all of reality, began to be reordered and structured. And that's when the era of the gods began, as beings of divinity began to slowly spring into existence. And as Dovo moves closer, whispers and tendrils of thought flicker across your mind, and you realize that Dovo somehow managed to flee to the primordial beyond, and escape destruction. And he could do nothing from that place, as this universe that you're in grew and matured. All he could do was watch from a great distance from beyond. And over the eons, life on this world that you're in grew to a point where Dovo knew that he might be able to rise from his slumber. He might be able to inject his will, or at least cross the great divide that separated him from reality. And summoning all of his strength on just a number of a couple small moments, he was able to inject, to cross the divide and leave a bit of his own essence in this land, in this world, hoping that somehow that essence would take root and become something that he could attach to, something that he could use as a beacon as he crossed over the divide to this realm. Okay? As he moves closer and closer, you feel his presence. It's not It's not arcane. His power is not arcane by any means. It's not divine by any means. It's something different, something older. If anything, it might be more closely related to Fey power or Fey magic. And the final thoughts that cross your mind as he approaches you is that of his very nature. Dovo is a being of change, of disruption, of transmutation. His power, the old Fey nature of himself, is that of physical transformation. It feels vaguely even something like related to either lycanthropy or the weird aberrations that you guys fought in that cave underneath Ospium, where physical change just manifests in an unknown and unexplainable ways. But that's his very nature, his very essence, as he comes to you. Okay?
Okay.
You need to roll initiative. Okay. As this creature comes up to you, you can see that it does not have a physical form. If anything, it seems ethereal, spiritual in nature, something that's not tangible. As it becomes washing toward you, this big cloud of darkness. But as it draws nearer, you feel its presence just permeating your mind. What do you do?
Send my rapier flying at it as a bonus action. Or wait, was it already flying?
No, it was not.
Yeah, so I send as the bonus action. I tell the rapier to dance.
Okay. What happens?
Well, goes darting straight at him to stab into him a few times.
Okay, so the rapier leaps to life, and you hear its sentient voice just spinning through the air, shouting about the grandness of this foe, and how it'll be a very impressive and a kill to speak of throughout the ages, basically. Okay.
It's 4 attacks now, right?
Nope, just 3.
Okay. And then since I have access to my spells,
You can see as your sword dashes forward to it, since it has a parallel astral form, you are actually on the astral plane. It's like a double image of your sword flies out. The physical version of it has 0 effect on him, but the astral version of your sword strikes true, and you can see it disrupting his form, and the cloudiness, the murkiness of himself drawing closer to you begins to separate as the sword strikes and tears at him.
hey, some of my spells are missing. Oh no, they're not. Never mind. Yeah, I go ahead and I use my my regular action to use my Lesser Solence spell.
Okay.
It's a ranged spell attack. And I say, you don't look so tough.
All right. Anything else?
No. Don't have anything else I can do.
Okay. As he draws closer to you, you hear his booming voice say, "A pitiful creature you are, using such tricks as this to fight your battles for you. Begone!" And he casts Force Cage around your sword. as he moves over here. Your turn.
What did Force Cage do again?
So there's a bubble surrounding your sword. Yeah, I'll move it over so we have room. Here. A bubble of impenetrable force.
Again, that's like a 9th level spell or some shit, right?
I think it's 7. Your turn.
Alright, so as my bonus action, I drop my Hexblade's Curse on him.
Okay.
And as my regular action, I try to dispel magic around the bubble.
Okay. Go ahead.
Can you
and-
share the map with us? Oh no, I found it.
I'll share it again. Go ahead and roll a charisma check.
Is it a Charisma check or an Arcana check with Charisma?
Pretty sure it's a charisma check. Let me see. It's the same as counterspell, right? For each spell 4th level or higher, make a check DC equals 10 plus a spell's level. A check using your spellcasting ability. So it's a charisma check, DC 17.
Connection lost.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Connected.
Oh, never mind. I wouldn't have cast
Channel
the spell
created.
magic. Since it can't be dispelled with dispel magic anyways.
Okay.
And I would know because I have access to that spell. Can you guys hear me?
Spell cannot be dispelled.
Indeed.
Yeah, I can hear you. It says the spell cannot be dispelled.
Yeah, I wouldn't have cast dispel magic because I have access to that spell and I would have known that.
Okay.
So then
What you doing? What you doing?
as my action, I'd have fucking I'd have used my 9th level soul lance then.
Okay, go ahead.
I hate making
User
spells because I
entered
don't
your
remember it.
Go ahead and
User entered your channel. User disconnected from
roll
your
it if you're
channel.
gonna do it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. I think everyone's here. Euphemia, you're in TeamSpeak still, right? You're not in Discord? Well, we're still in Discord. I'm talking into both right now, so she can hear me in TeamSpeak.
Does he have any legendary resistance?
He does not.
Then he's actually paralyzed with fear.
Yeah, he's not. But the damage goes through.
Okay. So then remove the paralyzed effect.
Yeah. Okay, you see as the effect of that spell hit him that he shudders and he begins to wobble and shake as he approaches you. On his action, he is going to use Mind Meld on you as he physically comes over you, basically surrounds you, swarming over you. And I'll just move your token on top of him so we can see it. And you can feel his mind beginning to tear into yours. Alright? So, he's going to roll a d20. And this is my little thing from before. This is me, so we can keep track of what the result is. He needs 30 to take over your mind. And we're just going to keep adding it up along the way.
Okay.
11.
And there's nothing I can do to stop it, right?
Nope. Your turn?
Except kill him.
Correct. Your turn.
Okay. Gonna keep burning spell slots then. Another lesser soul lance at his ass.
Okay. Anything else?
And as my bonus action, he takes chill attacks damage. That's it.
How does your soul lance do 22 d12?
Hey, you okayed that one.
It's 22 d12. I think that was 154.
Actually,
Whatever.
if you want, I could change it.
It consumes the skull, or no?
No. If you want it to consume the skull, that's fine.
That's fine. Alright. His turn. Alright, you can feel his mind's presence just tearing in closer and deeper into your mind. Alright, your turn. What you gonna do?
Thinking.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Euphemia. We're in Discord right now. I linked it in Fantasy Grounds. I'll link it here too.
Okay.
And another chilling hex.
Okay. Holy crap. You see this, right?
So that's a 29, right?
That's 29.
Jeez.
Alright, Feldorn, your turn.
I have my I have my equipment and stuff on me too, right?
You have the Staff of the Archmagi, don't you?
I didn't attune to it.
Yeah, you have your stuff on you. So you feel yourself on the brink of losing yourself entirely. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm more than likely gonna lose. Probably got way more hit points than damage that I can do.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes,
And you took my damn sword out of the fight.
I did. Force cage it.
User disconnected from your channel. Disconnected.
What are you doing?
Fuck it. Last spell slot.
Woohoo! Thank God.
Okay. What is that? That's a lesser soul lance.
Yeah.
All right.
If he has a soul, it is now my spectral servant.
His very you hear him just shout, and this reverberate through your mind. Just the screams and the anguish of a creature who's been isolated for eons, not even thousands of years, maybe like tens of thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years. As his hold on you dissipates, his very form, the thing that was driving him was his anchor to you, the thing that was holding him together, that was keeping him focused and basically existing as he was transferring through the astral plane over to you. And now that link is broken, you hear him shouting. You can tell that this ages-old creature, this being of insane strength and history, has ceased to exist.
While he's shouting, Feldorn shouts, "Who's your daddy?"
Okay. All right. So that was actually really close. Wow.
Did you dumb down his HP for me?
No, I actually buffed it a little bit when I saw your soul lance.
Oh, okay.
The 154, I wasn't expecting that much. I added 30 to it.
Oh.
What would have happened if it would reach 30?
You really want to know?
Yeah, just out of curiosity, what would have happened to Feldorn if he would have took over Feldorn's body?
If he had reached 30, he would have transferred to your mind, into your physical body, and he would have used what parts of your physical body were useful to him. The hell tainted parts of you, and the just basically the lesser, he would consider lesser physical matter parts of you, he would have left behind, and he would have ripped the rest away and formed his own new body out of it and left. So you would basically you would have died, and you would have lost like a huge part of your torso. You would have been basically like a big open chest cavity with no internal organs and that kind of stuff.
That I had to roll a new character, basically.
Or get resurrected, or I don't know. But yeah, that's what would have happened.
Okay.
Or reincarnated. Who knows? That could go well.
However, with this link, there is a psychic backlash, as the lotus that you consumed was really a concentrated small part of his essence. And that was just permeated through your whole body. You become racked with pain. You become racked as all the parts that of your body that the lotus essence had become part of, basically, as you had digested it and absorbed it into your body, suddenly is ripped away.
Ouch.
Okay. So you wake up. Thrown out of your trance. You find yourself crumpled on the floor next to your bed, and you feel yourself physically weaker and shriveled. You look at your hands and they shake. You're looking in the mirror. Your face is a little bit more gaunt, as actually stuff has been ripped out of your physical form. You have a -2 to all stats.
Jeez.
Is there a way to get it back?
You're also greatly changed. You can feel within you some residual effect, a hunger, a need to bond with something, to find something of great strength and make it your own. Your body yearns for it. You basically have. So, one of the back in the history of this world, Dovo was able to reach out to this reality on a couple of other occasions. The first time he did was many thousands of years ago, tens of thousands of years ago, and when he reached out, the transfer of his presence was weak, and it was changed as it crossed the great distance. But what was left behind was the seed that began lycanthropy, and it spread throughout creatures throughout in this world, and that's basically what werewolves and lycanthropes are nowadays. They've been affected, physiologically affected by him, which is the reason why Inkamel wanted the Black Lotus, because it was a pure essence of Dovo's very being. It would have completed his transformation. What you have now is an altered, is a version of the curse of lycanthropy.
Okay.
Okay.
So, in other words, if I get bitten by a lycanthrope, I could turn into one.
You are a lycanthrope. You need a creature to bond with to be your your joint form.
Hey,
First
Owen,
time
let's go
going
find
through
some
the-
dragons.
I'm gonna find some slugs and just throw them at him.
You don't know what the hell happened. You're off in some other place.
Yeah, but I just want to throw slugs at you. It has nothing to do with what's happening.
And I also want to feeble mind you every 30 days.
Throw some slugs at you. All right. So that's where you are, Feldorn. You did not rest
Now,
that night.
okay, so out of curiosity, is it a choice for me to bond with it with an animal, or like whatever animal I touch first? Kind of do.
Um, this will have to play out in a way, but the hunger inside you don't really know. You're just sensing that you had this need to 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 find something, to bond with something, and it's been the hunger within you is going to grow more and more until you actually do. When it actually triggers, you're not sure.
And would that actually end up returning my stats back to normal, or no?
It'll change you. Whatever you bond with, your stats are gonna change accordingly.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Um. Back in Mistrala. So back there is Deimos, Renly, and Euphemia. It's the next day. You're unaware of any of the stuff that's been going on. It's the next day. What are you guys gonna do? You haven't heard word from Elwyn, Feldorn, and Albrecht at all. So I guess it's
I will
Renly
get
and Euphemia.
worried. Yes, I will
Okay.
get worried. I will win speak over, and if they're outside or have the window open, they might be able to hear. I'll be like, okay, if you're not back in a few hours, we'll come and get you. Unless you're dead, never mind. Let me go check for Euphemia.
Okay. What do you guys want to do? You
What?
don't hear a response.
Ah,
They're sleeping.
I- I'll come back if I'll come back. We probably should work towards what we were gonna do. Do we have to
What?
go campaigning for him? What do we? You're the one that
What?
works here.
Yes, I'm not quite sure what time the actual council is. We probably just need to look that up.
Do we have to make
Noon.
signs? Do we
Noon,
have
they said.
to do we have to get funds? What?
I don't
How do
think
you
it's a
elect
public
people?
election, so I think it's very much a private vote. But perhaps we could talk to a couple people before then. And based on what I know of the council, would there be anyone in particular who might be amenable to Telephos heading Mistrala?
Seer Kotinin is part of the council. He's like
I
the
will.
A member,
I will
council member
go see him.
emeritus. He's more tolerated than anything else, but he technically has a role, a spot.
I will go see him, and maybe we'll have some of that potion and for a tea today.
Okay. All right.
I'm very excited.
Good morning, Renly.
Morning, Codnin.
He says, devil of a asleep last night. I woke up in my chair. Wasn't even sure how I got here.
Were you sleepwalking?
No, I just don't think I ever made it to bed. The last thing I remember, you came here, and we were going to talk or have some tea, but
Yes, you took a bit of a nap.
I must be getting old. Well
We all
then,
are.
what has come of this day?
Don't you know already? Well, the council, my man. Council.
What of it? They're going to
Well,
elect some pompous scholar who thinks they know best and how to shuffle papers around and train students to be good alchemical brewers and shit like that.
Listrael brought up a good point about needing a bit of a different direction, and she mentioned teleforce as a possible option. Did you have any particular thoughts about that?
Televos,
Indeed.
as headmaster? Well,
Night Feldorn.
Night.
Hey, sorry for interrupting, but I gotta go too. I'm like on the road all this month. I'm gonna be in California like for 2 weeks, and then I go up to Redmond afterwards. So I
Redmond,
gotta go
Washington?
too. Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right,
Yeah.
man. Have a good night. We're almost
I'll
done here
see you.
anyway.
Okay, I'll see you guys
Can we
next week.
just end it? I mean, that means we're only, what, 3 of us left?
We could. We could. So just we could fast forward the role playing stuff. You guys want to get Telephos in as headmaster?
Indeed, or at least hash it out so that we're in a better place than the current roster.
Okay. All right. So we'll start off next week with you making an argument before the council, Renly, about why Telephos should be headmaster. Okay. So be thinking of an argument for why you would want that to happen.
Sure, this will go super well. Awesome.
All right. So you actually have to make an
Let's
argument.
make a lot of brownies.
Yes, I spend the morning baking.
Okay.
As I think. I use it to brainstorm. I bake and I brainstorm.
That's good. We can go with that.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
I
We
am
will
so
be-
happy Feldorn is still alive.
You know, if I had rolled one more,
I know. I was like, jeez.
he would have died.
Oh my god.
All right.
Dice gods have ruled. Yep. Well, have a good night.
All right. Good night, guys.